he sleeps, but we are just waking up. Breathe in the cool and quiet night air. Let the rhythm take the wheel and guide us. The dashboard illuminates your quiet profile. Shadows stretch across the empty, silent avenue. We left the noise of the crowded room behind us, seeking solace where the concrete meets the moon. A low hum vibrates through the leather seats. Our destination is nowhere on the physical map. I watch the blurry neon colors bleed together, caught inside this beautiful suspended gap. The frequency is pulling me closer to your side. The bass begins to swell like an ocean rising high. We leave the heavy gravity of yesterday behind, just waiting for the moment when the rhythm will collide. We are sinking in the velvet midnight glow, where the hours melt away and time is slow. Let the subways carry every word we say. In this chill house sanctuary we will stay. We are drifting on a deep hypnotic wave. This is exactly the escape that refrain. Close your eyes and let me never feel together. We are floating lost and never to be found. The street lamps flicker like a heartbeat in the dark. A silver mist is rolling off the midnight bay. Your whispered secrets leave a glowing quiet mark, erasing all the complicated things from the day. I feel the warmth of your hand against my own, a subtle current sparking in the empty night. Out here together we are perfectly alone, bathed in the ultraviolet solitary light. The frequency is pulling me closer to your side. The bass begins to swell like an ocean rising high. We leave the heavy gravity of yesterday behind, just waiting for the moment when the rhythm will collide. We are sinking in the velvet midnight glow, where the hours melt away and time is slow. Let the subways carry every word we say. In this chill house sanctuary we will stay. We are drifting on a deep hypnotic wave. This is exactly the escape that we crave. Close your eyes and let me up and feel come out. We are floating lost and never to be found. The world outside this glass is miles away. I do not care if we never see the light of day. The sweeping echoes wrap around our tired minds, leaving every broken, jagged memory behind. Feel the tension building in the open space as we accelerate into the boundless grace. Drifting with you, drifting softly nowhere. A whisper in the static of the night, shadows fading in the violet light. Can you feel the frequency taking hold? A silver story waiting to be told. The city sleeps below a blanket of glass. I watch the headlights of the midnight cars pass. We leave the heavy weight of sorrow behind and search for frequencies the broken can't find. Your fingertips are tracing maps on my skin. This is the moment where the magic begins. The bass is rolling like a wave from the deep, awaken secrets that we promised to keep. We atmosphere is charged, the colors collide. There is no darkness left for us to hide. We are ascending past the edge of the sky. I feel the rush as we are learning to fly. We are caught in a luminous orbit night, dancing blind in the sun of a beautiful light. Let the rhythm dissolve every shadow and fear. Never thought, never wanted, it's finally here. Hold me close as we spin through the glowing dawn. In this beautiful chaos, we are never alone. We're flying so high on a brilliant sound, and I promise that we are never coming down. The crowded room becomes an island of space. I see the universe reflecting your face. A steady heartbeat echoing through the floor. A silent language asking nothing but more. The neon traces leave a trail in the air. We drop the anchors of our worldly despair. A syncopated breath of melodies shared. For this collision I was never prepared. The atmosphere is charged, the colors collide. There is no darkness left for us to hide. We are ascending past the edge of the sky. I feel the rush as we are The music echoes softly, ringing in our ears, floating in the afterglow, peaceful and free. Just the rhythm, the silence, you and me. Static on the vinyl, a distant humming wire. The city breathes out slow, and I'm the fire. I close my eyes and let the frequencies align. Caught inside the rhythm, stepping out of time. The velvet curtains drawn against the silver glass, watching headlights bleed and blur as taxis pass. There is a heavy hum vibrating through the floor, like a secret heartbeat hidden behind the door. I pour a glass of nothing, watch the shadows play, let the inner love warm melt the cold away. A solitary silhouette against the glowing screen, lost inside the spaces of the spaces in between. The filters open wide, wide beyond a breeze, suspended in the air. There is nothing underneath. A whisper in the static calls my spirit out, washing away the edges, drowning out the doubt. We are drifting on the deep house waves tonight, bathing in the glow of the artificial light. Let the steady kick drum carry us away, far beyond the borders of the waking day. Lost inside the rhythm, sinking in the deep, somewhere in the valley between the groove and sleep. We are drifting on the deep house waves tonight, nothing but the music and the fading of the light. The sub-bass rolls like thunder in a distant sky, reflected in the neon of a stranger's eye. Footsteps on the pavement synchronize and blend, tracing out a circle that will never end. The smoke hangs heavy in the corners of the room, a sanctuary built inside the midnight gloom. Every single snare hit cuts the air like glass. I am just a silent witness, watching moments pass. The filters open wide, the walls begin to breathe, suspended in the air. There is nothing underneath. trivials are climbing, reaching for the stars, echoes bouncing back from Jupiter and Mars. The bass drops into nothing, leaving only space, a solitary moment, an empty, perfect place. The hi-hat starts to rush, the tension pulls me tight before I fall back down into the velvet night. We are drifting on the deep house waves tonight, bathing in the glow of the artificial light. Let the steady kick drum carry us away, far beyond the borders of the waking day. Lost inside the rhythm, sinking in the deep, somewhere in the valley between the groove and sleep. We are drifting on the deep house waves tonight, nothing but the music and the feeling at night. The kick drum slowly fades into the quiet dust, leaving only echoes of a love that's solid trust. The tape delay is spinning out a final gentle sigh. Good night to the neon, good night to the sky. Breathing in the heavy electric atmosphere, a distant hum beneath the skin of the sleeping city, waiting for the unseen frequency to finally catch. We are just quiet shadows drifting in the velvet night. The concrete veins are empty, the silver moon is low. I watch the amber street lights painting where we go, a steady rhythm beating beneath the quiet cold. We leave the world behind us, letting none unfold. The dashboard softly glowing, a beacon in the black. We pass the final city line, we are not turning back. I feel the every bass line vibrating through the floor. An ocean made of starlight is waiting at the door. The current pulls us under, the frequencies align. The static starts to shatter across the borderline. I hear your whispered secret echoing in my mind. The dark is disappearing, leaving the past behind. We are following the signals in the dark. We are chasing every solitary spark. Let the melody wash over every fear. Everything is perfect while we are standing here. We are following the signals in the dark, tracing the horizon, leaving our mark. Caught inside the rhythm, elevated free. You are the only gravity holding on to me. The neon signs are fading into a distant blur. The engine is a heartbeat, a low and steady purr. I see the constellations reflected in your eyes, a mirror of the universe, a the synth and the chill of the night, drifting away, disappearing from sight. This is a velvet midnight tide. of the 2 a.m. streets, a distant hum of the sleeping city below, shadows stretching out across the empty pavement. We are just ghosts fading into the neon glow. The street light flickers in a rhythm of its own. I trace the dashboard while I'm driving all alone. The skyline bleeds a purple hue into the black. I leave the noise behind, I'm never looking back. A heavy bass line thumping softly through the floor. I pass the closed up cafes and the corner store. The world is quiet, wrapped inside a silver chill. Time slows right down, the rushing wind is standing still. And frequencies rise, catching my heavy breath, floating on the edge of the night. Nothing is left. A sudden spark in the wild, a ghost in the sound. My feet are lifting so high above the solid ground. I'm lost inside the echoes in the dark, a silent rhythm beating through my heart. The city lights are melting into gold, a beautiful illusion I can hold. I'm dancing with the shadows on the wall. I close my eyes and let the timeline fall. I'm lost inside the echoes in the dark, a silent rhythm beating through my heart. The vinyl crackles like a fire in my mind. I search for pieces of the dream I left behind. The amber glow of traffic signals blinking red. A million unspoken words are swimming in my head. The electric piano plays a lonely velvet chord. The solitude is everything I'm moving toward. The glass is cool against the fever of my skin. I open up the window, let the midnight in. The frequencies rise, catching my heavy breath, floating on the edge of the night. Nothing is left. A sudden spark in the wild, a ghost in the sound. My feet are lifting so high above the solid ground. I'm lost inside the echoes in the dark, a silent rhythm beating through my heart. The city lights are melting in the gold, a beautiful illusion I can hold. I'm dancing with the shadows on the wall. I close my eyes and let the timeline fall. I'm lost inside the echoes in the dark, a silent rhythm beating through my heart. The kick drum fades and leaves me drifting out to sea. Just whisper melodies between the night and me. I surrender to the space where all the time suspends, where the broken pavement shatters and the skyline ends. Wash right over me, a tidal wave ascending sails. Clear all these deep invisible in the corner stores. frequencies are slowly fading into dust. A quiet whisper in the night I finally trust, melting away into the velvet midnight black. Just shadows now, and there is no way back.
Soft murmurs in the static of the night, breathing in the heavy humid air. Just a heartbeat waiting in the dark, lost inside a rhythm we don't share. The streetlights beat like watercolors on the wet concrete. I watch the silhouettes of strangers passing down the street. The heavy sub-bass pulses from a distant passing car. It reminds me of the nights when we would take it way too far. I trace the condensation forming on the window pane. Every drop that falls is whispering your secret name. The velvet darkness wraps around this lonely quiet room, while shadows dance along the walls to chase away the gloom.
And the frequencies are rising, pulling me under. I can feel the static building, quiet as thunder. I was set a solid light washes over my skin. I am opening the door, I am letting you in. We are nothing but reflections in the midnight glass, watching all the golden moments fade away and pass. Caught inside a rhythm that we can't leave behind, just an echo of a love I've been trying to find. Deep down in the frequency I hear your voice again. Your mind a coded leavening that doesn't have an end. We are nothing but reflections in the midnight glass, waiting for the lonely shadows of the night to pass. The kick drum drops to nothing but an isolated beat. I close my eyes and suddenly I'm back out on our street. The neon signs are flickering in electric shades of blue, painting every memory I ever had of you. I'm slipping through the empty spaces in the vocal chain, trying to decode the signals hidden in the rain. A whisper caught in the delay, bouncing in my head, replaying every single solitary word you slide. And the frequencies are rising, pulling me under. I can feel the static building, quiet as thunder. All the sabotage away washes over my skin. I'm opening the door, I'm letting you in. We are nothing but reflections in the midnight glass, watching all the golden moments fade away and pass. Caught inside a rhythm that we cannot leave behind, just an echo of a love I've been trying to find. Deep down in the frequency I hear your voice again, of a mind that cold and motherly that doesn't have an end. We are nothing but reflections in the midnight glass, waiting for the lonely shadows on the night to pass. The rhythm fades and the stringed pads begin to swell. I am falling through the silence of a solitary spell. Oh, I can feel the tension in the air we used to breathe. I am begging for a closure that you didn't want to leave. Just an endless vocal loop crying out into the void, searching for a piece of us that we haven't destroyed. We are nothing but reflections in the midnight glass, watching all the golden moments fade away and pass. Caught inside a rhythm that we cannot leave behind, just an echo of a
drifting through the static of the midnight hour. A distant rhythm pulling at the edges of my mind. Subwoofers humming like a heartbeat in the floor. I close my eyes and leave the heavy world behind. The city lights are bleeding through the rainy glass, a watercolor painting of a world asleep. I watch the glowing headlights as the taxis pass and dive into a frequency so warm and deep. There is a sanctuary hidden in the bass, a quiet architecture built of synthesized sound. I lose the memories that I do not wanna trace until my floating feet forget the solid ground. The shadows open up to let the color in, a slow crescendo rising from the velvet floor. I feel the electricity against my skin. I am a spirit to the person I was before. Caught inside the echoes in the velvet night, swimming through the currents of a neon sea. Everything is heavy but my soul is light. A rhythm is the only thing controlling me. Caught inside the echoes in the velvet night, surrendering my spirit to the endless groove. Blazing in the glow of ultraviolet light. I do not have to think, I only have to move. The kick drum fades away into a quiet hum. Electric piano chords are gliding through the air. I let the soothier isolation overcome the tangled up illusions of my own despair. We are just whispers in an empty corridor, but in this atmosphere we are a golden spark. I'm not afraid of the silence anymore. I found a glowing constellation in the door. The shadows open up to let the color in, a slow crescendo rising from the velvet floor. I feel the electricity against my skin. I am a stranger to the person I was before. Caught inside the echoes in the velvet night, swimming through the currents of a neon sea. Everything is heavy but my soul is light. The rhythm is the only thing controlling me. Caught inside the echoes in the velvet night, surrendering my spirit to the endless groove. Blazing in the glow of ultraviolet light. I do not have to think, I only have to move. Since the shadows elevate the atmosphere, a syncopated bassline washes over my chest. The smoke begins to rise and suddenly it is clear. This hypnotic sanctuary is where I rest. The snare is building up the tension in the room. The sudden rush of magic bursting from the gloom. Caught inside the echoes in the velvet night, swimming through the currents of a neon sea. Everything is heavy but my soul is light. The rhythm is the only thing controlling me. Caught inside the echoes in the velvet night, surrendering my spirit to the endless groove. Lost inside the magic of the flashing light. Forever in this moment I am free to move. The beat dissolves into the fading atmosphere, a gentle repetition slipping out of sight. The whispers are the only thing I still can hear, just echoes fading softly in the velvet floor. The city sleeps. the empty streets. I am drifting through the ambient maze, breathing in the rhythm of the deep. Headlights paint the walls in liquid gold. Every reflection is a story left untold. I roll the windows down to feel the chill. The world is spinning but the air is still, tracing the lines of the avenue glow, watching the midnight illusions grow. There is a frequency still beneath the ground, a heavy heartbeat in the underground. Colors bleed into the dark, pulling me away. I forget the heavy words that I was meant to say. Caught inside the sweeping current, floating off the grid, unlocking every secret that the daylight ever hid. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. Whispers travel on the cooling breeze, moving silently through trees. A silver glow upon the dashboard glass, watching the solitary moments pass. I close my eyes and let the tempo guide. There is nowhere left for us to hide. The frequencies are pulling at my soul. I am giving up the illusion of control. Colors bleed into the dark, pulling me away. I forget the heavy words that I was meant to say. Caught inside the sweeping current, floating off the grid, unlocking every secret that the daylight ever hid. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. Weightless, I am rising through the atmosphere. Everything is suddenly so crystal clear. The muted kick is thumping in my chest, putting all the daylight ghosts to rest. Breathing steady, exhale the light. We're all the architects of the velvet night. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. The tides are pulling back into the deep, leaving only echoes for the dark to keep, fading out into a quiet, endless blue. Nothing but the velvet night and you. Drifting through the quiet spaces,
whisper in the silver air. Shadows melting into colors. I can feel you waiting there. The city sleeps beneath a blanket made of starlight. I close my eyes and let the rhythm take control. A heavy pulse is beating somewhere in the far night. It sends a sudden shiver deep into my soul. We walk the wire between the dreaming and the waking. The concrete jungle turns into a velvet sea. I feel the heavy chains, the yesterday are breaking. And in this midnight current I'm finally free. The temperature is rising, pulling me away. The colors of the midnight bleed into the day. I hold my breath and let the gravity release. I'm rushing for the edge to find the sudden peace. We are riding on these oceans of light. We are burning like a fire in the night. Leave the shadows of the sorrow far behind. It's a beautiful surrender of the light. We are riding on these oceans of light, where the future and the memories ignite. Hold me closer as we elevate and fly. We are touching every corner of the sky. Eyelids bounce across the glass and painted mirrors. I hear your voice calling from across the room. The smoky atmosphere is suddenly much clearer. A sudden rush that sweeps away the heavy gloom. There is a magic in the way the bass is breathing. A steady heartbeat we can follow to the end. This is the sanctuary for the souls believing, where broken spirits finally begin to mend. The temperature is rising, pulling me away. The colors of the midnight bleed into the day. I hold my breath and let the gravity release. I'm rushing toward the edge to find a sudden peace. We are riding on these oceans of light. We are burning like a fire in the night. Leave the shadows of the sorrow far behind. It's a beautiful surrender of the light. We are riding on these oceans of light, where the future and the memories ignite. Hold me closer as we elevate and fly. We are touching every corner of the sky. Suspended in the air, a drop of golden rain, washing every doubt and washing every pain. The synthesis of sound, the beating of the heart. glow is fading, but the warmth is here to stay. A gentle hum that slowly washes into gray. Suspended in the quiet of the afterglow, breathing in the peace and letting it go.
The city breathes out in silver clouds. Headlights paint the wet pavement below. Time stretches thin across the dashboard. Just the hum of the engine and the dark. A heavy bass line drops into the empty street. I am a ghost wrapped up in the driver's seat. The street lamps blur like comets falling out of the sky. Watching the sleeping world go passing me by. There is a rhythm hidden deep inside the concrete veins, washing away the static, washing away the stains. I lower the window and let the cool air inside. Nothing to chase tonight, nowhere I need to hide. The shadows are starting to pull me in deep, awaken the hours when the heavy hearts sleep. The frequencies rising, they shiver and bend. I follow the echoes right to the world's end. We are midnight in motion, drifting so slow, caught in the undertow, letting it go. The neon is melting like wax on the glass. We watch all the ghosts of the yesterday past. Midnight in motion, a velvet escape, where the lines of the city lose all of their shape. Just breathe in the darkness, a chill down the spine, a hypnotic surrender. We're crossing the line. The skyline is glowing, a digital dream. Nothing is ever exactly the way it might seem. I turn up the volume and drown out the noise, finding the silence, finding my poise. A million strangers dreaming alone in the dark, each one a glowing ember, a floating spark. We ride on the frequency, perfectly aligned, leaving the weight of the morning so far behind. The shadows are starting to pull me in deep, awaken the hours when the heavy hearts sleep. The frequencies rise and they shiver and bend. I follow the echoes right to the world's end. We are midnight in motion, drifting so slow, caught in the undertow, letting it go. The neon is melting like wax on the glass. We watch all the ghosts of the yesterday past. Midnight in motion, a velvet escape, where the lies of the city lose all of their shape. Just breathe in the darkness, a chill down the spine of the morning surrender. We're crossing the line. Heartbeats sync up to the kick and the snare, floating like ash in the cold autumn air. No words are spoken, the melody speaks. This is the solace the restless heart seeks. Higher and higher the synthesis flies, lost in the reflection of pain of life. We are midnight in motion, drifting so slow, caught in the undertow, letting it go. The neon is melting like wax on the glass. We watch all the ghosts of the yesterday past.
Time slows down to a steady crawl. Oh, welcome to the velvet hour. The city sleeps, but we are waking up. Shadows stretch across the empty room. I pour a little silence in my cup, waiting for the bass to break the gloom. Headlights paint a rhythm on the wall. Golden ribbons dancing in the dark. I am leaning close to hear you call. A solitary whisper is the spark. Colors blurring as we start to drift. Caught inside the gravity we shift. I can feel the temperature rise. Looking at the secrets in your eyes. We are sinking in the velvet hour. Let the heavy waves wash over me. Surrendering to the midnight power. Floating on a deep and endless sea. We are sinking in the velvet hour. Lose yourself inside the slow delay. Blooming like a solitary flower. Dance until the darkness fades away. Footsteps echo on the lonely street. But in here the world is made of sound. Moving to the tempo of our heartbeat. Our feet are barely touching on the ground. Colored souls are wrapping around my skin. Drawing constellations in the air. I do not know where my thoughts begin. Suddenly there is magic everywhere. Colors blurring as we start to drift. Caught inside the gravity we shift. I can feel the temperature rise. Looking at the secrets in your eyes. We are sinking in the velvet hour. Let the heavy waves wash over me. Surrendering to the midnight power. Floating on a deep and endless sea. We are sinking in the velvet hour. Lose yourself inside the slow delay. Blooming like a solitary flower. Dance until the darkness fades away. Suspended in a breath of wild light. The melody is rushing through my veins. We leave the heavy world behind tonight. Only this hypnotic pulse will lanes. Higher than the clouds above the gray. Watch the physical dissolve away. scratch and blur into the gray. The noise of daytime slowly slips away. I feel the filter open in my mind, leaving the heavy gravity behind. We are dancing in the city of velvet shadows, losing track of time where the neon follows. Catch a breath of silver in the indigo sky. Watch the constellations of the skyline fly. We are dancing in the city of velvet shadows, sinking in the deep where the heavy bass mellows. Hold me in the pocket of the midnight groove. Nothing else to prove, just let the spirit move. A phantom breeze blows through the open taxi door. Have never seen this empty avenue before. The glowing signs are speaking in a quiet hum, waiting for the quiet hours of the night to come. I see your reflection in the corner of my eye, a fleeting ghost against the dark electric sky. We share a frequency that nobody can hear. The static fades and suddenly the channel is clear. The shadows just and blur into the gray. The noise of daytime slowly slips away. I feel the filter open in my mind, leaving the heavy gravity